What's up, good people? This is Anthony Deloach, and I'm absolutely excited today because we have a special guest in the house and we get to have a real conversation, guys. This is one of the few times that I'm going to have a real conversation with one of my friends, and we're going to talk about passive income in general, and we're going to talk about how you can get passive income, the real truth about passive income. So hopefully we have some people that are joining in right now. I want to thank you guys for taking some time out of the middle of your Friday for jumping on live with me. If you're already here waiting on this Zoom, man, if you're from my community or from Croc's community, or from Lambo's community, from wherever you are, if you go ahead and drop a 777 in the comments really quick, let us know that you're on and you're live. Let's get some big energy. Some of you all have seen the actual thumbnail and you know who's on. You know I got my guy Passive Income Crock in the house, man. And it's been a while since we've been on the Zoom together, but I want to tell you guys, man, that I'm excited about this. I'm excited about what we're going to be able to talk about and actually how it's going to help people, right? I think that's the biggest thing for me is how this is going to impact other people and how this is going to help change people's lives for the better and put people in a better position financially. And guys, hopefully you are in store for that, man. I know you guys are here and you're ready to hear this information, right? You're ready to get right down to business. And we are, guys. We got some stuff, man. I want to tell you guys that this conversation, how can I say? I always tell people on my presentations that there are some conversations that change your compensation. I want y'all to get that. This is one of those conversations that could change your compensation. So I want everybody to get ready. I want you to treat this live like it's a Zoom presentation. I need you to have your notepad out. There's probably going to be some quotables that you want to write down. There's going to be some important information that you're going to need, right? So make sure you have a pen and a pad. And like I got from Darnell Self, I need you to make sure that you are taking some copious notes, right? And make sure you get get the most out of this that you can, because it's rare that you're going to have real conversations like this, and we're going to definitely bring it today, right? So without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring on to the stage my brother Passive Income Crock.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? We got a chance to hang out a little bit back in DC, and I want to let me tell you guys this, man. It's good to see people online, on YouTube, on social media, and all that type of stuff. But when you get to meet them face to face, it's an entirely different experience, and you really get to see who they are and get to see where their heart is and all of that type of stuff. And we got to do that in DC. So at the Core 4 event. So I'm absolutely excited about that. But brother, how are you doing today? How's your day going?
Man, I'm doing good, bro. Listen, I appreciate the opportunity for you inviting me, coming on your show, man. I don't take that lightly. And I really, really appreciate it. I love what you're doing in this space. You're one of many that I looked up to when I first even got into what I'm doing. So, bro, do you know I just hit 14?
Congratulations, bro. Look, I just looked at your channel last night and I saw you at 13,000 and stuff. I said, bro's about to hit 14,000. And to hear that you hit it today, that's absolutely phenomenal, man. That's incredible.
Anthony, I've literally gone this week over 1,000 subscribers, bro. Just this week alone.
Wow.
And
momentum. That's what it is.
Yes.
Momentum.
And I'm going to say this, man, like a lot of people don't realize, I don't think a lot of people understand how hard it is to build YouTube. Now you can build on Facebook, you can build on TikTok. TikTok is super fast. You can build on TikTok, Instagram. But when it comes down to YouTube, it's extremely difficult, man, to build this, because you're not just building like something for social media. A lot of people do it for fun, but when you're building this, it's almost like building a business. You got to put the time into doing this, man. So, man, I feel excited. I feel like, man, a lot of people are watching the channel now. And again, following you and your journey and what you've been doing has been amazing. And man, to be on your channel with you, to be able to say, man, I looked up to this guy is absolutely amazing, man. So I'm so happy to be here, bro.
Man, I'm excited for you because I watched you. I think it was when I first saw you, maybe you were around 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. And then I saw
Yeah,
you go to like 5,000. I think it was at 5,000. I think
yeah,
I had reached out to you and I was like, hey,
yeah,
brother, congratulations on everything that you're doing. I said, we definitely need to link up. I've
yeah,
always wanted to be that one
yeah.
that brings people together, right? Like
Mm,
I'm not one for a competition.
yeah.
I always say people at the top are not, they're collaborating, not
Hmm.
competing, right?
Hmm.
And so I said, well, look, I respect what you do. I respect what you bring to the space and
Yeah,
everything. And I'm telling you, man, just to see your growth and what you've been doing and how many people you've been helping,
yeah,
it's absolutely phenomenal. And we need more, right?
yeah,
So anybody out there that is contemplating getting
yeah,
on YouTube, sharing your journey, doing all of that type of stuff, don't hold back because you say it's already enough.
yeah,
I want you
yeah.
guys to know that we need more people, right,
Yes,
out here
yes.
that's really spreading the word and getting in front of people.
I agree. I agree, man. And I love what you're doing, bringing all of us together, man. BOJ, like that's one of our guys, man. And so even with him, you and him, man, y'all created that path for people like me to come in and say, hey, these guys they've already set the structure. All I got to do is follow what they're doing. And so I've always, like with me, I always said I wanted to do what y'all are doing, put my own little twist on it, be creative and grow and just grow. And that's what's happening right now. But I'll tell you what, I don't know if you probably already know this because you're the YouTube guru. I know you putting people on YouTube. So have you seen the promotion option for videos?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yes. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. That's been one of the biggest reasons I've been growing so fast this last couple weeks is pushing that. And it works. I used to do it when it was on Google AdSense,
Mhm.
AdSense or something like that. And it was kind of confusing to me, but now they simplified it and I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
what's different now, and I will tell you about this with the promotion before, when you would use the promotion, it took away from some of your organic views, right?
Okay.
And the thing is now with the promotion, it doesn't. So it's
Yeah.
it's like they're realizing that taking away from organic views
Yeah.
is not the way to get people to do the
Mm,
promotion.
yeah.
Right. So
Okay.
it's and they're changing some things because the social media landscape is changing. They got to compete with TikTok and
That's
all of
true.
the other things now.
That's
So they got
true.
to change the way that they're going after things. And you're going to see a lot of changes because
Yeah.
I was just talking to my students the other night. I don't know if you saw with them putting the emphasis on short form vertical videos,
Okay.
in which they're saying now you can remix remixes. Right? Like they're like
Wow.
there's somebody can remix a video, then you can actually go in and remix the remixes. And I
Yeah.
was like, man, they're really trying to give people everything that TikTok has and
Wow.
Reels have and all of this type of stuff so they can compete in that short form content space. So
I
I'm
got
excited, man, to see you because man, you kill it on TikTok.
you.
The Reels, man, you get creative, you got your stuff going, man. I was like,
I'm
yo,
trying.
it's amazing, man. So once again, shout out to you. But look,
Thank you.
I know people want to get some information, but I want you to just introduce yourself for the people
Okay.
who don't know. They must have been hiding under the rock if they don't know who you are. But introduce yourself. Give a little bit about your story and just
Okay.
what you're passionate about in this space.
Okay. Yeah, man, no problem at all. So man, when it comes down to it, I've started this journey probably, man, it's been a minute. I want to go back 3 years, but it's probably longer than that. But I want to talk about like going from there to where I am now. So I started off working my 9 to 5, right? I was 30, let's say 32, 31 years old, and I'm working for the post office. I got a great job, working for the government. Everybody like wants a good job, a secure job, right? So I did that for 10 years. And so I was also in the Air Force and I did that for 10 years. Now the Air Force was part-time. So I did drill once a month, one weekend out of the month. I went to drill all the other time I'm at the post office delivering mail. So I got two great jobs, right? And I got good insurance, I got good benefits, and I'm feeling like I'm okay. I'm doing okay in life, and so I wasn't completely satisfied. I was just going to work to pay my bills, doing the same thing over and over, maybe taking a vacation once a year. And so I'm like, this is cool, but I want more. I don't want to just depend on having to work 20, 30 years 40 years, some people to retire. I'm like, my parents did it. Generations before them did it. Everybody's doing the same thing. I want to be different. How can I be different? So I started saying, man, the only way I'm gonna get away from this 9 to 5 is if I start figuring out a way to create other streams of income. And I tell people this all the time, and how do you expect to get away from that 9 to 5 if you hate it, if you're doing the same thing over and over, and you might get a little paycheck, maybe get a little pay raise here and there. You're going to be there unless you're trying to go get a better job. You're going to be in that same cycle. But let me tell you something. A lot of people want freedom. A lot of people don't. And man, even my dad is ready to retire right now. And I'm trying to help him get in a position where I don't want to see my dad working. Like, he's worked 40 years and I've seen him do that. So that's why I'm so passionate about this and helping other people. So my dad right now just got into an opportunity where he's making money as well. And I'm happy for him. And I believe soon, like within the next three months, I want to see him walk away from his job. But back to me, when it comes down to it, bro, I started creating other streams of income outside of just working at the post office. And so that stream of income started becoming bigger than what I was getting at the post office. So what did that do? That created something in my mind to say, man, I'm tired. Like I was already tired of going to work. I'm like, I'm tired of going this 9 to 5. I'm tired. Now I'm making more money than my 9 to 5. And I'm like, why am I going to work? Now I'm questioning, like, why am I going to work? But I'm still scared. Why am I scared? Because society make us think that you can't survive without a 9 to 5. That's your safety net. You always going to have it. You're always going to be able to pay your bills because you got that 9 to 5. And I'm telling y'all right now, I want y'all to really hear me and understand me. When it comes down to that, man, don't be afraid. If I can tell y'all, if y'all don't hear nothing else I say, don't be afraid. I'm not telling nobody to walk away from your 9 to 5, but I'm telling you, it's opportunities out there. We're caught up on the 9 to 5. We're doing the same thing every day. We're getting up, we go to work, we come home, we eat, we sleep, and we do it all over again. We never have the time to think, how can I create something else to create more income so I can get away from this? Because I don't want to do this the rest of my life. We go home and we don't think about it. So I started going home thinking, what else can I do? So when everybody else eating, sleeping, resting, entertaining themselves on social media, I'm on my social media looking for opportunities to make more money. And that's where I am today. So let's fast forward. I walked away from the post office, even when I had like so much money coming in. I'm still scared, but I did it. I took a step of faith. Y'all, I have gone from making $40,000, $50,000 a year to now I'm making $400,000, $500,000 a year, sitting right here in my office, in my home. And my life has elevated and increased the entire time over the last 3 years. I got my dream car. A C8 sitting in my driveway. If you go to my channel, you'll see it all over my channel. We just bought my wife a Wagoneer for our family because we got a large family. We got a $500,000 house. And I'm telling you guys this because I want to motivate you. I want to encourage you. I want you to understand. Now, something else that helped me was not just, all right, let me just walk away. No, it took faith. And it took understanding of like, you got to be wise. You can't just walk away. Because just think about it. You walk away from your 9 to 5 and you don't have nothing else going on. That's not wise. You got to have something else going on. And that's what we're doing now. And even now to this day, I'm bringing in multiple streams of income and I'm still trying to figure out, all right, what else can I do? What else can I do? You have to think like that. And the last thing, Ant, because I know you're ready to ask me some more questions, but your mindset is everything. How you think is everything. Who you surround yourself with is everything. If you're not surrounded by the right people, you're going to be stuck where you are 5, 10, 20 years down the road wondering, what did I do with my life? I'm surrounded by millionaires, multimillionaires. I'm even connected now with a billionaire, and I talk to him every day. And so for me, that changed everything for me. I've gone from, man, bro, you making $5,000 in a day to that being normal. I've gone from just thinking about, man, $1 million in a year. I want that one day to being almost there now. So man, your life can be different. We've taken trips. We're getting ready to go to Cabo. I'm taking my wife to Cabo next week. I don't have to ask nobody, can I be off or anything like that? Like, it feels good. It feels good to travel. I'm living my life. I'm not just existing. I'm not existing, I'm living, and it feels good.
Man, that's absolutely phenomenal, man. Y'all dropped some fire in those comments for everything that he just shared. He just dropped some gems. I hope y'all were taking notes there. I mean, brother, you just delivered a message. We can almost pack it up and everybody would be saying they got the money's worth today, right? But I want to tell you, man, that is so phenomenal. And just for you talking about like 10x in the income, getting the dream car, getting the house that you want, really getting those things that you desire, it requires you thinking outside of the box. Right.
Yes.
It requires of you not basing your success on the normalities that you see around you, right? And you have to start looking at things external that are already there, right? So it's so many incredible things that you just dropped there. I hope everybody was really paying attention to what you were talking about. And I would say your story resembles mine and many of the other entrepreneurs with the hesitancy to leave corporate America, that stable job that everybody says that you should keep. And that, one of the biggest things people talk about is insurance. Like that's all. I'm like, if I make enough money,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna worry about insurance, right? Like, I can handle this, right? And just so many things. They talk about benefits and all that type of stuff. But when you are an entrepreneur at heart and you desire freedom, what it does is it ignites a fire in you that can't be quenched, right? That fire can't be put out, right? And so you gotta go for it and get what you want. And so, man, I see the fire. People are dropping in the chat. Phenomenal. People are ready for this, man. And I want to tell you. So, let me ask you this.
Okay.
With everything that you could have done, I know you were looking at opportunities and so many things, and you probably did a lot of things just like I did. What led you into looking at passive income, or was it something that happened by happenstance, or how did that come about?
It came by me understanding there are things out there that work, and BOJ know a lot of stuff out there work, but at the same time, man, and you can relate with me on this. You got to go through fire to even get to some of the things that actually work. And I had to learn early that there are things out there, especially when you first get into this. If you're naive, you can get taken advantage of. It's scammers out here. It's things out here that you feel that are real, and you try it and it don't work out. But I'll tell you this, Ant, I'm so grateful that you, me, even BOJ did not give up, because that's what makes or breaks you. When you go through these things and you get burned or you lose some money, large amounts of money, that can break you. And it's either going to make you say, I can't handle this, I'm done, and walk away and go back to what you was doing, or I'm going to push through this and I'm going to figure out where I need to go and what I need to do to make it work and be smarter about it, be wiser about it as I move forward. But getting into just passive income, man, that's been my go-to since I left the post office. I said, man, I've seen too many people out here getting money, not having to physically lift a finger. And I know it's possible. I got to figure out how to do it. I know I can find it. I just got to keep going until I find it. And a lot of people, they try it, it don't work out, and they give up on it.
Absolutely, man. And we've seen it, right? We've seen it even in our space. We've seen it on people with YouTube, people on our teams, stuff. Yeah. They give up on the passive income idea because they run into some bad apples, some bad things. And one of the ways I describe it, Croc, I say, you know what? Before I met my wife, I dated a lot of people that didn't make me give up on love, right? Like it didn't make me give up on dating, right? Because I ran into a lot of bad situations and bad people, different things, right? But it didn't make me give up on finding, that thing that one true love and all of that type of stuff. So it's like the same thing when I look at it. People tell me they gave up on passive income and opportunities. I was like, well, how many jobs you had? right? You had a
Mm.
job, and like you ain't stopped getting jobs yet, right? Like
Yeah,
you still
yeah,
going, you still finding jobs,
yeah,
right? And so it's like you're gonna go through the ones that some will be good, some will
yeah,
be bad, some will last for a short amount of time, some will last even longer. But what
yeah.
you got to know is that you have a destiny, you have a goal, you have a journey that you're on that you have to complete, right? You
And,
have a
and,
mission.
and let me say this, Ant. This has helped me lately. This has helped me like recently. I've been trying to get better with building my relationship with the man upstairs, with God. And
Mm.
I know, everybody might not be spiritual, but I'm telling you guys, if you really want to know my success and how I've become so successful, my life has changed ever since I've start building more and more my relationship with God. I strive daily to get in my word. I strive daily to talk to God and just tell him how much I love him, how much I appreciate him. Listen, y'all, it may not seem like it's that big of a deal, but it is. It is. And I'm using my platform to not only help people, I want to see people win. I want to see people financially free. I want to see people walk away from their job. I want that for them. But more than anything, I want to see people building and getting a relationship with God so their life can be more successful and fulfill their life. Because here's what happened, and a lot of people are so caught up on, and this was me. I'm going to be transparent right here on this podcast. I was worshiping money. Instead of like trying to get closer to God, I was like, money was my God. And so I'm worshiping, saying, all right, I'm not thinking about God. I'm not asking God for anything. I'm trying to make my own decisions and I'm trying to get to a millionaire. I'm trying to be a millionaire, but I'm not I'm not letting God control my life. I'm trying to control my life. And I got to say this, bro. I don't know where this is going, but I got to say it. So now I said, I had to take a step back and I had to say, God, what is your will for my life? I want to walk in your will. I don't want to walk in my own will because it's going to fail. And I've been here where I am now so many times. And I made a video about this. And I've gotten to where I think I'm about to break out and become a millionaire. I'm right there. It was so many plays we got into that failed. And I'm trying stuff. And I'm getting there and then I'll just fall all the way back down, start over. Why did I keep falling? Because I was not in God's will for my life. I was in my own head, in my own will, trying to lead myself. And now I'm saying, God, whatever you want, I'm willing to do it. And now I'm just taking off. I mean, it's all God, bro. It's all God.
You better believe on this channel, we will never take God out of our success and out of our story
Yeah.
because we know that we worship the giver, not the gift, right?
Yeah.
And that's so powerful here. And I'm glad to hear you say that. And people need to hear you say that somebody's on that's on here that's the missing component, right?
Yes.
That's the one thing that they need and that they need to hear to understand.
Yes.
And I'm telling you guys, man, because you're willing to put that on Front Street in a society
Yeah.
and in a world where now you are like, this is the thing. It's crazy. I was listening to somebody earlier today. They said we live in a world now where people apologize for talking about God, but they
Mm.
will use profanity around women and kids openly. It's like
Yeah.
flip. You remember back in the day, people
Yeah.
would apologize for using profanity
Yeah.
around women and
Yeah.
children, right? And
Yeah.
then and all of this and stuff. It's like things have been flipped.
I
But
know.
one of our things is to flip it right back on the right side. And I like to dispel a lot of myths, right? With
Yeah.
stuff. I was
Yeah.
like, a lot of people think that if you involve God, that you can't be wealthy.
That's good, bro.
A lot of people think that, right? And
Yes.
the whole thing is now is understanding who is the God of wealth, right? And who
Yes.
empowered you to get wealth and the things that he's giving you, right?
Yeah,
That
you better
allow you to
preach,
get.
and
A lot of people they and I'm telling I'm glad that you brought up the subject,
yeah.
but here's what a lot of people do is they'll say, well, it wasn't that, I got talent.
Mm. Mm.
Right? And then there was
Mm.
like, it wasn't God. I got this other stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it wasn't, these things, and like, hey, well, it was my sales ability.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, who gave you all of that? Right? That there's an
Yes.
origin for everything, right?
Yeah.
So and the ability to do all of that stuff. So I want to tell you, that's what that man, that's so powerful that you actually brought that up. Now we're going
Yeah.
to jump into some things here, and we're going to
Okay.
talk about passive income. And I'm a big one on definitions and words, and I
Okay.
think words are intentional, right?
Okay.
And I would say this: passive income, and this is what the definition is: passive income is a regular cash flow that doesn't require much time or effort to maintain,
Mm.
right? And so that's the definition here. Now, when we talk about passive income, I have things that I say, and I'm gonna put this out there. This is what I say: the two major ways that you can get passive income is to build it or buy it. And I'm gonna explain that. And look, Croc, we having an open conversation, so feel free to fade me if you want to, all of that type of stuff. We having that open conversation. But this is why I say the two primary ways that you can get passive income is to build it or to buy it. Now, what does that mean? That means that, look, let's talk about buying it. That's using your money. There's not enough people out there who understand the fact that while you making all this money, you need to use a portion of that money to make you some more money.
Yeah.
That's you buying some passive income
Yeah.
there, right? So you need to do that. Now there's somebody on here that's saying, well, look, Anthony, I ain't got enough right now. You probably had some of those conversations, right?
Yeah.
I just got enough right now to pay my bills and to
Yeah.
make sure I live. So
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to be using on buying passive
Right.
income,
Right.
to put in that position. Well, that's where the other side comes in, is where you can build some passive income. And it's great that in the time that we live in, that we can actually build some things. Like we've built YouTube channels, and I'm quite sure you can confirm if you get a check from YouTube every single month, right?
That's
You
why
get
I'm going
paid.
hard, brother. I'm going hard, brother. I see that number going up every day, brother.
Absolutely. And so another way you can build it is you can create products and services, right? And here's what I want to tell people. I said that if you're going to have some money that you're going to put aside for passive income, that you want to do that. But also another way is that you can productize your income production. And the reason why I say productize your income production, because current culture and the way we've been taught was always to trade our time for our money. And if you're always trading your time for your money, you're basing your income creation on something that has a limited a limited quantity. There's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah. So much time, and so much time. And I want to go back to what you were saying, man. People, they give these excuses of, I just don't have the money. I don't have the money. I don't have the money. Man, all it takes, and you can attest for this, you can start off with some of these things with just $500 or maybe even $1,000, and you can put that into something and let it grow, let it compound. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit too in a minute. But man, when it comes down to it, man, God have given all of us a gift and a talent. It's how you use it. It's how you use it. Some people don't even know gifts they have. Like, I didn't know that I could get in front of a camera and talk and be in this position, but I'm exploring that. So many people are scared to step out and try things. And that's what holds so many people back, and because they're afraid. They think, I don't want to lose any money. That's number one. And that's a part of this. Like, if you're going to step into this world, you're going to lose. There's no way around it. It's going to happen. There's not people or successful people or millionaires or billionaires that I know that have gotten to that status and never taken a loss. So you got to understand that in your mind, that losses are going to happen, but how can I pivot and continue to keep going and elevate? And the other thing, like you said, is building, like you said, people have it in them and don't even know it. They can build things. They can create a community. They can start. You just got to start. You just got to start. And you never know until you start how far it can go. But you got to start somewhere.
You got to start, man. That is so good. Once again, I hope y'all taking notes, man. Y'all get some value out of this. Drop 777 in the comments. Drop 777 if you getting some value out of this, man. And I want to tell you guys that there's so much that we could talk about in here with passive income. But we're going to get into some stuff that some solutions for you as well, because this is not just a live that we're going to talk about philosophies and theories, right?
Yeah.
We're going to get into some real life solutions for you here that is going to help a lot of people in their lives, right? And so here's one of the things that I want to say. So we already uncovered one truth right here, is that you can build or buy passive income. You have to be willing to do one or the other. No, one or the other. Croc has already said you got to be willing to take some losses. I heard people tell me you can't get to million or billion without taking a couple of L's.
Yeah.
If y'all look at the words, there's two L's.
They got L's in them.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You're going to take a couple. Another way that I've heard it put, right, and I use it all the time, is like, you got to go through some L's to get to the M. Right? Before you get to the M, you're going to hit L. L comes before M. True. Right?
That's
so you got to be willing to take those L's, and it's a part of the process, right? But here's another thing. A lot of times people miss the promise because they're not willing to go through the process.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I like that.
It is. There's a promise out there for you. There's a desired point, regardless, like we said, regardless of what your belief is. There's something that you desire. And if you desire that, right, there's going to be certain set of disciplines. There's going to be a certain set of disciplines that you have to put in place to be able to get there. Yeah. And if you're not willing to put those disciplines in place, then you won't get what you desire, right? And it causes you to make some decisions too. I could go a long way about that.
I want to add something before we get into this next segment. It's two different kind of people, man. You got people who are scared and will never take these chances and capitalize on these opportunities. Those are the people that say, I don't want to do that. I'm scared. I don't want to lose any money. So I'm just going to cut back and I'm going to save. I'm going to keep this 9 to 5 and I'm going to save. And I'm going to just save. And my thing is this. It's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to knock anybody that does it, because it's okay to be safe. I do think it's good to have a balance of, let me be safe and wise, but also let me try something to bring in more revenue instead of cutting back a lot. Like, I feel like a lot of people limit themselves and they miss out on so much life by saying, I'm just going to save and I'm going to do this one trip a year. And this is all I got. This is all I'm going to do. Man, you can do so much more. And I've realized that over these last couple of years, instead of cutting back, and I say, let me figure out a way to create more revenue. I am going to save. Don't get me wrong. We all need to save. We have to have save. We got to have a pot just for emergency. We need that. But at the same time, how can I add to it? I don't want to just save. I'm cutting myself short. Let me add to that. Let me figure out a way I can get more income to add to that, so I can go take that trip that I want a couple times a year, 2-3 times a year. And then you got the it was something else. It was another one. It was another way I was gonna go with it, but that's all I'm gonna give you for now. I'm gonna leave it at that.
That's good stuff, man. And look, you will not save your way to wealth. It's not, the system is not even set up for you to do that, right? Yeah. And let's talk about this real quick. I don't know how much you got a little bit of time for us.
I'm good. I'm cool.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this, because there's a social media post, right? And I like to, I don't totally disagree with it, but in a way I do, right? Okay. So it's a social media post that has been floating around. People say that money management is more important than making money. Now that's what they say, and everybody was like, oh yeah, they're like, yes. Now I come from the financial world. I come from the banking world. Wow. Right. And I want to tell you, that's one of the things that people have been told, but I come from a little bit of a different perspective, because if you ain't got no money to manage, I don't care how good your money management skills are. Right. That's fact. If you don't have money to manage. Yeah. And I think it's more people have been taught to, like you said, retreat instead of to fight. Yes. More people have been taught to be defensive instead of going on the offense to go get what you want. Yep. And so we take this stance of we're backing up, and we're always trying to defend. Yeah. And you know what? it's okay to be a good defensive team, but at some point you got to put up some points.
That's right. That's right. Hey, yes, facts, bro. Facts. You got to play both sides. You got to play both
Exactly.
sides. I think it's very important to play both sides, man. Because if you're one-sided, you're limited. You're limited. You're limited. You're limited, bro. I can't say that enough.
Absolutely. I mean, and we don't want to put limits on it.
No.
I'm gonna put out another thing, and I got this
Okay.
from one of my mentors, and we can just talk about this really quick. Is one of the things is with the speed at which you make money, and a lot of people are taught on the hourly thing, and like I said, people always attach their money to time. And I was like, if you detach your income production from time, it'll totally change your life, right? Because one of the truths that we should accept is that it's easier to make a lot of money in a short amount of time than it is to make a little money over a long period of time. And most people haven't realized that and accepted that as truth yet. And you can tell in their financial situations, right? But because now that I've separated it, and I say I don't just put time, I don't put money, I don't correlate money and time that way. I think time is way more valuable than money, right? First and foremost, right? Way more valuable. You can you add Croc back to the thing? But yeah, time is way more valuable than money. And I want to tell you this, so I don't even attach money to my time because I could go in like to Croc. What's been your biggest day? If you don't mind sharing, I know you shared some numbers earlier. And by the way, guys, we're not giving financial advice. We're not financial advisors. None of this that is right here is financial advice. Our results are not guaranteed. As a matter of fact, none of that stuff. All the disclaimers, right?
Yeah. Listen. This is gonna be crazy, man. I can't even believe I'm saying this. I've made 50K in a day. That's like a salary. That's how much I made in the post office in a year. I've made that in a day, but I also turn around and say I've lost that in a day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so that's crazy.
This is what I want to tell you. Now I'm gonna prove what I just said. When it's easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little money over a long period of time.
Yeah.
Was a year at the post office for 50K more work and harder to do than you making the 50K in a day?
100%. Oh my God. It's not even a question. I literally slave for majority of the year, physically tired every day to make that 50K working at the post office. I did it with a click of a finger in a day.
Woo!
On my phone.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's how powerful it is when you get your mind right. Remember, you said at the beginning talking about mindset.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people now that are not living up to their full potential because of mindset stuff, right? So if you get the mindset stuff work, like you said, there's a lot of different ways. You get into your word, you can get into these books, the knowledge, all the stuff out there that's going to change your mindset, which will change your outcomes and the results that you get in your life, right?
Yes.
And I always heard that there's things you're going to work on is your mindset, your grind set, and your toolkit.
Yeah.
Right. And that's powerful. So if you work on your mindset, then your grind set is your work ethic. Like you said, man, what Meek Mill say, I grind like I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? I go make $1 million and still grind like I'm broke.
Yes.
Right?
That's
so
the
that's
mindset.
that grind set.
Yes.
And then your toolkit, what tools and resources that you have in your life, getting the tools and resources, get that toolkit. And here's the thing. I think most people don't realize that they don't lack resources. They lack resourcefulness. There's so many resources all around us, but it's your perspective, your vantage point. A lot of times it's what you've experienced in life that keeps you from seeing. It's like a vision reduction. It's a vision reduction mechanism.
Yeah.
I just came up with that right there. Vision reduction.
Bro, you dropping, bro. You drop, bro. If I could just snap, bro. I can't even clap. I'm just going because you dropping, bro. You going crazy right now. You know what I was just thinking about, bro? Man, we need a podcast, bro.
Absolutely.
the way we having a conversation right now, bro, so many people need to hear this. We need a podcast to just go back and forth, man. That would be crazy. I just thought about that.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And,
we got to do that. When we get off here, we're going to put together some plans. We're going to make it happen.
Okay. And the other thing, what you said about time, the reason time is so valuable is because you cannot get it back.
Exactly.
You can get money. Money going to come and go every day, all day. Money going to come, money going to go. You're going to lose it. You're going to make it. It's going to come and go. But that time, you don't get that back.
You don't get it back.
So money can't even buy time.
That's it. Right? It's that limited resource, right? It's a limited amount of time that we have. And once it's gone, right? And then we got to value that. So, and it's so valuable because, like they say, if you woke up in the morning and they said you had a chronic disease, right? And they said, look, if you got a chronic disease and you're gonna die, right? If you don't get the actual medicine that's going to fix it, and the medicine costs you 10 million, and you got the 10 million, would you spend the 10 million on it? I would spend the 10 million all day, every day. If you said that what was going to, if it was 100% guaranteed, that it was going to fix my problem, I'm giving you the 10 million.
So you can live longer,
So I can live long because I need that time. I want that time with my family.
You can come up with a way to get another 10.
I get another 10. But here's the thing. If they told you this, the exact opposite, like, hey, I give you 10 million a day, but your life ends tomorrow.
Keep it.
I don't want the 10 million. Right. And so, and Barry, I get what you're saying with the like money. Here's the thing that what money can do is, like, a lot of millionaires use it to buy their time back, right? And buy access to their time back is with what millionaires and what successful people do is that they'll use their money, but like, hey, look, this is the way I buy my time back, right?
Okay.
Instead of me going out spending hours on doing my lawn, I pay somebody to do it.
Okay. Now that makes sense. I buy
my time back and say, look, if I would rather trade my money than my time with my family. Like, if I needed something else, I buy time back that way, right?
And that's probably, I'm sure that's what Barry's talking about. And I agree. I'll take that back. Money can buy time in that situation, or in that situation. Because I pay somebody to cut my yard. I can do it myself, but I'd rather have that time I'm in here working on some other stuff. And I'm making way more money than wasting time. You know, nothing wrong with doing it because there's some physical things we have to do. But I get it. And I agree. I do agree with that.
Yep. And here's the thing. A lot of times if we spent more money on things that we aren't really effective or that we aren't supposed and purposed to do, if we spent money to get somebody else to do those, we could spend more time doing the things that we are called and purposed to do. And that's another reason for getting your money in line. A lot of people, there's a lot of people right now that are not doing what they're supposed. They're caught up doing so many other things and then what they're supposed and called to do because they haven't sat down and got the money issue right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think it's greed and they think it's, oh, you materialistic. No, it's not that, right? God does it. Here's what I think. It's nothing wrong with having a lot of things as long as the things don't have you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I like that.
And so, that's the powerful thing about it. Right. And so that's why I was like, man, people will get it all twisted up about money and when money is a taboo subject and that they don't ever talk about it. So they don't ever put any emphasis on it, no focus on it. And so they never get it right. So they live. I had a story at the bank where a couple told me this, and then we're going to get into some solutions that you have. I promise, guys, we're going to get into that. But it was a couple at the bank that came into my office when I was bank manager. And then they were like, hey, look, Anthony, they was like, we got a terrible situation, right? We during our lives, we done everything that they told us to do. We went in and we saved money. We didn't take any vacations. We lived modestly. We bought all the cheap stuff. We were frugal. We did everything that we were supposed to do. But they never invested. They never did any of the other stuff. They just were, like you saying earlier, they was saving every penny, saving and doing all that type of stuff. But what happened at the end of their life, they were sitting in my office. They said, Anthony, there was like the medical bills, the things that we have to pay for, and the things that are going on right now are so expensive, and we're not prepared for it. Our
Wow.
only prayer is that we die before the money runs out.
Wow.
And that was their thing. And it was like they live the thing. Can you think about that being at that point in your life
Yeah.
and you never experienced anything?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never went on the trips. You
Yeah.
never done anything that you wanted to do. But at
Yeah.
the end of your life, you're just hoping you die before the money runs out. And
Jeez,
that story
bro.
has stuck with me for a long time. And I've always said, like, you gotta put yourself in the position to get the money thing figured out and
Yeah.
get it right. And you're gonna,
Yeah.
and you can't rely on the traditional ways that people have been teaching you about money,
Yeah.
because a lot of that stuff is false.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff doesn't. Some of it's antiquated, so it
Mhm.
doesn't work anymore. It
Yeah.
did work in a different society,
Yeah.
right? And those things. So we just got to get the money right. Now,
Bro,
I want to
that
talk.
that's crazy, bro. When you break it down like that, I hope people really heard what you just said. Cause that story, bro, should hit some people. It should hit home for some people. Like, bro, you go your whole life working and you don't really get to enjoy because you're spending your whole life working, and then you get to retirement and you got barely enough. Because think about retirement, bro. Retirement is not your full check, it's a
Mhm.
percentage of it. So even if you manage your money right, going through working 30, 40 years, right? You better hope you done paid off your bills, because if you haven't, now your check is getting cut for retirement. You free, right? But you're
Mhm.
not really free because you still barely making it with the percentage that you getting that you worked all those years. So that's all I got, bro. Now let's get into it, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into it now, man. Look, I want to talk about a couple things because we've been in this space now. I
Right.
want to go out, throw it out there, guys. I like all types of passive income. I know there's other people out there, and there's a myth out there that everything. I know everything is not for everybody, and everybody's not for everything, right?
Right.
That's a fact. Now, I like all types of, and the way I set my community up is that we like the shopping mall of passive income opportunities. Whatever you come in that you may want, we got it in there. Right now, you got to come in and you make your decisions, what's for you and what's not for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so important, right? That you come in and you do that. But the thing that I like is I know that there's high risk stuff, there's lower risk stuff, there's there's mid risk stuff, there's stuff, just a lot of different ways that you can participate in passive income and get passive income going, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's short-term stuff, there's long-term stuff, it's everything.
Yeah.
Now, after looking at a lot of different things out there in the space, one of the things that's really stuck with me is that I like the way Pamm accounts work, right?
Okay.
That's been a big thing for me, right?
Okay.
As soon as I got wind of how Pamm accounts work, I said, if this was set up properly, this could be a game changer for a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right. And that was just powerful for me after being through all the stuff. Like I said, I don't stop participating in other stuff. I got some other stuff going on.
Yeah.
But with the Pamm accounts, it was like, man, this is just a game changer if we could get it set up right. The problem is, Croc, and you probably experienced it yourself, that majority of them are not set up properly and they don't do what they're supposed to do. They don't last as long. Here's the issues. You got broker issues, you got risk management issues, you got trader issues, you got all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So before anybody, but you said what Anthony said, Pamm accounts, before you jump out there and you just go jump into a Pamm, you need to know some of the rules and regulations about Pamm. But tell me about your experience with Pamm accounts. And let's start off with this. Let's start off with the stuff that people need to stay away from.
Okay.
Let's start off with the bad stuff that you've seen in Pamm accounts.
Okay. Man, I've been through quite a few. I've been through quite a few Pamm accounts. And I've tried them and they start off really good and then they crash. And so what I've noticed with dealing with Pamm accounts is that a lot of them, I think it's a sense of greed, even with the trader. They want to make a lot of money fast. They want to hype it, push it, and make money fast. And they think that's the way that's the way we're going to get to a million quick. But what I've learned over time, because I had almost gave up on them, bro. I almost gave up on them. But like you said, it's the trader. It's right now we're using an EA. So it's the type of EA, and it's like you said, the broker. Those are your three components that you want to make sure like are intact, because if it's not, it can throw everything off and you could lose, you know, a lot of your money trying different Pamm accounts. Now, can I talk about ours a little bit?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. So we have one, and this is what I like. You got a lot of Pamm accounts that trade different pairs, different Forex pairs. Ours only trade gold right now. We have been looking at some silver, but right now we're just focused on gold. Okay. And I like that because it's focused on one pair. All right. Now, a lot of people are like, a lot of people either don't have time to trade, don't want to trade, any of those sorts, because they don't have time, right? We talked about that. But with our Pamm, we've been waking up every morning, bro, or a lot of mornings, not even every morning. We've been waking up 2 or 3 times a week. Profit already made, trades already closed, and we're done for the day. We're done for the week. And this week, we traded Sunday and Monday. We didn't trade anymore the rest of the week because we were done. We're up right now, just this week alone, over 5% on our revenue. If you had money in there this week, you would have made 5% on whatever you had in there. Last week,
5.16%.
Hey, look, he got the numbers. He got the real numbers. That's what I'm talking about. So he's been following. But overall, because we really just kicked this thing off maybe about 3 weeks ago, I want to say. But we haven't traded every day. We've traded like 2-3 times a week, and that's it. And that's what I like too about the trader. So let me explain how it works. You or anybody as an investor come in with a minimum of $500, right? And that's about to go up on the 1st of May, which is Wednesday. On the 1st of May, it will be 1,000 minimum, because here's the thing, it's valuable. And a lot of people are trying to come in real quick with the 500s. We've accepted a lot of 500s and it's been great, but now it's going to be 1,000 if you want to come in with the minimum. But you come in with a 500 or 1,000 minimum, and you put your money into a broker account. Now, a lot of people are afraid as far as all these other platforms and stuff out here, because they're sending their money into a website or a wallet and they're not sure if it's safe or if it's really what they say they're doing with it, right? You're putting your money into a broker, which is like a bank account, which is a regulated broker. So you're not just sending your money somewhere where anybody can touch it. Nobody can touch your money but you when it comes down to withdrawing and deposits, okay? Now, if you give your credential to somebody, that's a different story, but nobody can touch your money. So that's a really good thing that a lot of people like. We put all our money in one pot, in one account when you subscribe to the Pamm. Once it's in there, the trader is going to place trades on that one account. Everybody will make the same percent, but everybody amount that they make is different based on how much they put in. That's how it works. So we don't just have an experienced trader, because that's one of the things that we love too. The trader been trading for over 16 years. And so he's dealt with high-end accounts. He even told us about one account he did. He took it from 200,000. This was somebody's personal account, 200,000 to like 1.6 million in 3 months. He did that.
Wow.
Yeah, he did that manually. I think that was manually. But now you got something called EA, like a bot that will trade for you.
Y'all taking notes.
Expert advisor. So the bot is a whole lot smarter than we are as human. Even him, this guy is a freaking genius. He's so smart. I'm like, bro, just give me your brain. Let me have your brain. And so even though he can go in and manually trade, he's not manually trading. He's saying, I'm going to use a bot. And the bot was not cheap. It was very expensive, but it was worth it. Now, here's the thing with bots. You got to be careful with them too, because if you turn a bot on, and I've done it and I've tried it so many times and I've blown my account over and over again because it's not managed. You have to have somebody that knows the market, knows what they're doing, know when to turn it on, know when to turn it off, know when to get to cut that drawdown if it gets too far in drawdown. And that's what he's been doing and showing us this entire time. He's showing us I'm not going to hang on to a trade emotionally, hoping and praying it comes back. Now, there are going to be losses. Like the count is going to go up, it's going to come down. Right now, it's been just going up. We've had drawdown experiences where it may go down maybe overall, your account might go down maybe 10%. All right. But as long as it wasn't closed, you didn't lose the money. It's going to continue, we wait and it comes back, but he knows when to cut it if he have to. So even if we do take a loss, we don't freak out because it can be made up. Now, the problem is when you don't cut those losses and you go down. I made a video, bro, this yesterday, dropped it, had people freaking out, bro. It said another Pamm account blown. And they thought it was ours because it was something I was doing strategically for marketing. But
I saw that video.
Yeah, man, this is like probably 1,000 views right now. It's crazy. But I wanted people to understand, like, it was another account this week, another Pamm account that was doing 16% a day, 15% a day. And there's nothing wrong with it. I think, if you got the right system, if it works, it works. But a lot of times, bro, they're risking big. Those are high risk plays. And if you got an account like that, be careful with it because, like, for us, we shoot for 1-2% a day. We happy. We shoot for 5% a week. These last 3 weeks, we made over 5% each week. So that's all we need. We're not trying to get rich quick. Just think about it. You need to understand how compounding works. If you start with $500 or $1,000 and it compounds over 6 months, a year, I don't even know what that would be, but I know the number would be pretty crazy if you just let it sit and grow. Right? Anthony's shaking his head because he knows.
Absolutely. I mean, that is, you got to think about, I know we get in our space, especially in the crypto space, where people, like you said, they're looking for those quick gains and those huge gains. But I would tell you, I have never seen a Pamm account or any type of trading strategy that was getting you 10, 15, 16% a day that lasted for a long time. I'm just going to be honest with you, right? That's just totally honest, being straight up. But the thing is, do you know how many people and how many wealthy people right now who clamor and they get 25% in a year?
Yeah.
Right. 18 to 25% in a year, they're breaking their necks to try to get that.
You're right.
And you're talking about something that the Pamm account that you guys have is 17% in such a short period of time, like 3 weeks, I think it is.
Yeah.
That is amazing, right?
I know.
And that's what the thing is that I'm excited about. And I like to look at numbers, so don't mind me. I was jocking your numbers, right? So I was sitting over there looking. I'm like, they did 17%, but what's that drawdown look like? And I was like, I'm gonna challenge him on the drawdown. But then I looked at it and I was like, the drawdown, the max DD was only 13%. I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
now, we're trying to keep that low. And here's what I love. And like, even today, we didn't trade it all today, but we have conversations. Like, I got my admin team having conversations like every day, all day. And so all he's been doing today is literally like just trying to make it better. Like, what can we do to make it better? And just work on sharpening that to have less drawdown. And a better percentage in gains. Again, he's not looking to get a high percentage. To be honest with you, Ed, we ain't got no competition. So I tell him, I'm like, there's nobody, we don't have to prove to nobody that we got to make 5%, 10% in a day. Like, we don't, like, bro, we got investors that are trying to get in every day. Like, we had one day I posted a video, we got 43,000 that came in one day. Because people see it. They want to see that it's something that's going to be long-term, that's like not super high risk. And as long as we can continue to do that and keep that mindset, I think, bro, we're going to go a long way with this. It's just going to get bigger and bigger.
Man, I believe the same thing. I believe this Pamm account, because I was watching it way back. Remember, I think you remember when I reached out to you the first time, and then I was like, and I told you, I said, I'll be watching.
Yeah.
I told you, I was like, I'll be watching. And so I've been looking and watching exactly what you guys have been doing. And I'm just, thoroughly impressed by how you guys have managed things, the updates, the way you guys have things set up through the Telegram groups. I mean, the setup processes, everything that you've done.
I want to give a shout out to my partner Antoinette. I think she may be on here watching. I don't know if she's still here or not. But Ant, when it comes down to the structure we have, the different groups we have, the customer service, the connection with Lyra Next, to be able to help people, yo, it's been all her. And the way it comes, like the link tree, being able to have the videos, the step by steps, bro, all of that is important. All that's important. And so it's so dope because if you look at me, I'm not like big on trade. Like I trade my own account, and if something happens, that's on me. I'm not tripping. So, but my thing is my gift. This is what I talk about when I say we all got gifts. My gift is who I am as Passive Income Crock, the influence I have to talk to people, to motivate people, to encourage people. This is what I do. So I'm walking within my gift. Her gift is the structure, the setting up, the telegram, all that. That's what she does. Then we have a trader that does his thing, and then we got one other person that's doing very well as well. So we all work together, and it all come together, bro. And it's a powerful, powerful combination.
Absolutely. That is incredible. You got all the right components. You got the trader.
Yes.
You got the right broker.
Yes.
You got the right person on the back end. You got the right person on the front end with the marketing, with the communication and everything. That just makes such a major difference in what you're doing. And then the thing is that I say, what you guys using a bot, and which is like I said, guys, EA is expert advisor. It's a bot, what most people call it. But as Croc was alluding to, is that it needs to be managed, and I think that's the big thing. With AI in general. See, a lot of people are talking about AI and how AI is revolutionizing things, and I use AI on a daily basis. But here's one thing that I know is that AI needs to be managed, right? And the human impact and the human effect is so important, right? And those things, you can try to build some of those things, but it's just not genuine. And believe me, AI is going to improve, and it's going to be even better and get even better. But I don't think it totally eliminates the human aspect. I think what it's going to take is the human side of us learning the AI and learning how to master it. So so you can stay in control of it and do that. I'll go back to, I like to use world things to talk about this, but like I heard Lil Wayne in a song, he said, I'm thinking like I got two brains. But imagine if you have someone in the markets trading and there are two brains. You got artificial intelligence and the human managing it. That's why it's so powerful.
Right? You're right. And I'm telling you, man, every day it's a constant tweaking, just making it better and better and better, sharper. And that, man, I'm telling you, bro, we're gonna come back 6 months. We'll do. I'm willing to come back. I want to come on your channel as often as you want to have me, and I want to bring you on my channel as well. So we're gonna talk about that as well, man, behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If we get it as sharp as your camera quality right now, I think we'll be good. I'm not gonna go without saying something about the camera. Every time Croc shows up, man, you guys got to admit, like, I don't know what he's doing. I know YouTube, and I think I got a pretty good camera, but every time I see Croc's camera, I'm like, I need to make some investments. Like, I look at his background and stuff, and I'm like, yo, I need to let me buy a different lens. I'm out there looking at $2,000 lenses and stuff.
Man, listen. I tell you a setup. Sony, look into Sony. If you're not trying to get too crazy, I can keep you like at 1,000. Like I can get you $1,000, and you can get pretty much the same quality that I got right now. So I'll definitely shoot you the links because I use Sony. I got the A7 III, but the body itself is like probably like, I don't know, 1,500, and then you got the lens. You don't have to get a crazy lens. The lens I'm using right now is like $2,000 by itself, just the lens. But the same lens, you can get for like not the same lens, but a lens similar, $250. So you're talking about a $1,700 setup for what I have, or you can get the Sony A6400, and it's like $700. So I can keep you under 1,000. I can keep you under 1,000. Yeah,
there you go, man. Yeah. That's good stuff. Y'all just got some YouTube game. And by the way, if you guys want to learn YouTube, I do offer YouTube mentorship and everything through brandbuildersunlimited.com. You just go to Brand Builders Unlimited. We have a very affordable offer there right now for you to come and learn YouTube. We have some of our students on the live right now that are growing their channels amazingly. And so if you guys want to tap in with us, if you want to build a brand on YouTube that consistently brings you passive income, that is available for you as well.
Man, I love what you're doing with that, bro. That's so awesome. That's so
Absolutely. We need more of us. That's what the whole goal is. We need more of us, man.
Yes.
So we're going to continue to do that.
Somebody asked what's my channel. You can copy it and put it in the description, I guess, if you want. But I am Passive Income Crock. If you guys want to show some love, hit that subscribe, but that's cool. But I definitely appreciate it. And I had one more thing I wanted to share with you before I go.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was,
and we got a question at the end before we go too. So,
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So there is something else that I'm pushing right now on my page. And right now it just started this week. It actually just launched. It's Tuition Coin. Tuition Coin just launched this week, bro. I did an interview with Joshua Samuel this week, and that video is over almost 4,000 views right now. It's getting a lot of love right now. But the coin just dropped like 2 days ago. And so this coin is not just a meme coin. I want people to really understand this. It has real value, real utility. And he told me in the interview, bro, if any of you keep up with CoinMarketCap, go look at CoinMarketCap and look at the, what do they call it? The, I can't even think of the name of it. I can't think of the name of it. But the value of pretty much the market cap for it. But the coins that's on CoinMarketCap are billions. The first 10, the top 10 are billions. These are $1 billion coins. Bro, he said this is going to be a top 10 coin on CoinMarketCap.
Wow.
It's just a matter of time. Now, this coin is only available on Uniswap right now. That's how you go and get it. But I've made some videos. If you guys want to take a look at the videos on how you can go and get it, I'm actually going to make another one today. But this coin, man, the reason it's so special, the reason it's so different, the reason it's not just another meme coin, another pump and dump, is because if you take a look at the interview, watch the interview because he really break it down. But this coin has something called Coins for College that's connected with it. And so with Coins for College, it's going to help bridge that gap with parents and children. Parents want to reward their children when they do good, whether it's make good grades, clean their room. This app just got released on Apple App Store, Google Play Store. Parents can go and download this app right now, and they'll be able to go on the app and buy rewards for their children. Their children will be able to pick what they want from these rewards. They have partnerships with other countries right now, multi-million-dollar deal. It's utility, bro. I'm telling you right now, y'all hearing it from me first. People going to start seeing it everywhere. They're going to start coming to my channel. They're going to say, this dude was talking about that. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm just early. A lot of people going to blow me off and say, bro, this is just another one of them. All right, come back 6 months from now, and y'all going to see what I'm talking about. Take a look at that coin. I'm telling y'all right now, that's a gem I just wanted to drop before I go.
That's awesome, guys. Look, we got another coin that we need to focus on, especially for this bull run and especially for the utility and the meaning behind this one. If you want to be involved with something that has meaning and is going to be purposeful, then this is a coin for you to definitely take advantage of. Now, also, I want to let you guys know you need, if you want to get involved in the Pamm account, right?
Yes.
I'm going to have the exact instructions down in the description of this video. You should see it down there right now, right? I want you guys to run, not walk, right? I want you to run to the description of this video and look at the information in there on how you get set up with this Pamm account, because they already made 17% without you.
Yes,
right?
Yes. Don't let us get to 100.
They already made the people that's in there 17% without you. And so you want to make sure that you get involved with this ASAP. Add this. Now, here's another sense of urgency, right? I don't know if you guys were listening. If you wanted to come in at 500, you need to run, not walk, through the description of this video
Yeah.
and get enrolled for the 500, because starting in just a few days
May
is going
1st.
to 1,000. Now
Yep.
it's still great at 1,000. So I don't want you
Yeah.
guys thinking that, but some of you all are saying, look, I can squeeze out the extra 500 to put in this thing. The 1,000 may be a stretch for me, but I can
Yeah.
squeeze out the extra 500. You got an opportunity right now.
There you
Take
go.
action right now. And
let me
look, we got all the links in there. If you guys want Croc's YouTube, it's in there right now. Let's
That's
highlight that.
love.
We got Croc's YouTube right there on the screen there for you guys. You can see it in the comments, all that type of stuff. So that's Croc's YouTube.
And let me say this, bro. I never have anybody come into anything that I'm not committed to and invested in. And so, bro, I went ahead and threw 5K in when it first started. And I've made about 900. Like I'm a little under 900 right now, bro. And I haven't touched anything. That's real passive income. And
That's it.
and so also there is because I did mention this part, and I'm sorry, but I'm letting you guys know now. There is a 70-30 profit split, because I don't want anybody to think, oh, I can just put my money in here and I can make 100%. Nah, you're not doing any work, so there's a 70-30 profit split and a 2% management. So majority, like the bulk of it goes to you. And there's a small percent that the company makes. So that's it, man. That's it. You got any, you gonna ask any questions, or you got any questions?
I got a question. I'm gonna tell you guys. I put the links up there. I put the links for all the things on there. We did have a question here. My wife has put it on here.
Okay.
Daryl was like, "What's up, Daryl?" The Mooney Twins. If you guys are not familiar with the Wealth Portal, the Mooney Twins are absolutely doing amazing things in this space as well. He said, "How do you manage all that you have going on? How much time a day do you spend with your business?" Croc, I'll let you go first. Before I jump in there, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat first, right?
Oh, that's a great question, man. Because that's one of the biggest challenges that I face day to day, man. Because you know this, bro. Being a influencer, being a YouTuber, it requires a lot of time. It may not even seem like it, but to make these videos, to be the leader in the front and center, it takes a lot of time. So I struggle making sure that I cut this off sometime, and I go and I spend that quality time with my wife. I go and I spend that quality time with my children. What I've been trying to do lately is to work really hard during the week and let these weekends be that time where I just focus on my family. Because if you don't, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to wear yourself out. Even if you don't have a wife or children, and you can work all the time, don't do it. I say don't do it. You need some me time. You need some time to yourself. You need balance. If you don't have balance, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're gonna go and go and go. I actually passed out last night on my wife, and it just hit me that I've been working so hard this week that I just didn't take any time to rest. And I said, all right, it's time. So after this interview today, bro, I'm done for the week. I'm cutting off this time. I'm getting with my children. We're gonna go out and have some fun. But it takes that balance, bro. And you got to discipline yourself. Sometimes you get lost in thinking, I want to drive. I want to build. I want to grow. I want to go higher every day. But sometimes you got to take that break, and you got to balance. You got to make yourself sit down and balance.
Absolutely, man. That's one of the things that I really was teaching people and trying to be an example of in this space for a while. I always took off Fridays. I kind of stepped away from it a little bit, but like I would take off Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays all the way up until Sunday night when I would do a training call. And that was always I was like, look, don't call me, don't reach out to me, don't text me, don't message me. I'm not checking the Telegram. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Whatever you got is gonna hold on until I start back on Monday, right? And so because that, like you said, you gotta be because you want to be totally present is the word, right? When you're with your family, be totally present with your family. Don't be with your family and you're always on your phone and you're answering messages and everybody else is stealing time away from your family, right?
Right, bro.
That's one of the things you don't want to do. And then the other thing is like and so it still comes a time too. I lock myself in this office
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, y'all don't bother me while I'm in here. Like, and the
Okay.
kids know, like, hey, don't bother dad. He's in there. He's doing his thing. My wife will be like, you up there in the office? I'm like, yep, I'm in the office. And the same thing with her and her business. You know, like
Yeah.
she's going to spend that dedicated time to where you're fully present in your business. And that
Yeah.
way you don't feel guilty
Yeah.
about one or the other.
I
Right.
love
And
it.
that's a balance. And I'm not saying it's easy. I don't want anybody to say and think that I'm saying it's easy. It's not, but it is something that's necessary for
Yeah.
you to keep that balance and try to keep everything going. The other thing is don't be afraid to ask for help
Yes.
and not only ask for help, but hire help. Remember we were
Yes.
talking about that before.
Yes.
Hire help.
Check this out,
Right?
Aunt. Check this out. My wife, she run one of my business that I started 3 years ago, and she's my assistant. I pay her.
Oh
I
yeah.
pay her monthly, real good.
There you go. That's what
So
it's about.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep. So man, that's powerful, man. Hopefully you guys got a lot from this. But look, stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk offline later, but we're gonna talk
okay,
about podcasts. We're gonna talk about a
okay,
lot of other stuff because I love the chemistry here. I love the
yeah,
the conversation that we have, and I believe I truly believe today somebody's after this conversation, somebody's compensation is about to change, right?
yes,
And somebody's gonna put themselves in a better position financially
mhm,
because we did have this conversation in front of everybody, right?
yeah,
And so I
yeah,
think that's going to be absolutely amazing. You guys make sure you run over to Croc's page to make sure you like and subscribe to his stuff, man. Watch the videos, subscribe to his channel, all that type of stuff.
appreciate that,
Make
bro.
sure you run to the description of this video and make sure you get in that Pamm account. Get yourself situated, right? $500 until May 1st.
That's it,
$500. Get in there. $500 minimum. That's not you paying a $500 fee. They could easily charge a $500 fee,
right?
right?
But it's no fee.
Um, there's no fee. It's a $500 minimum deposit into the Pamm account, and then they're only charging you a split of the profits. Guys, this is like a lawyer going to represent you and saying, I'm not going to
Mhm.
charge you anything unless we actually get a winning verdict for
That's
you. We get a
good,
winning outcome.
bro. That's good. That's a good way to explain that. Nobody make no money unless we make money.
There you go. That's it. That's exactly what it is, guys. So you able to put yourself in a winning position right now, and
Yeah.
that's absolutely powerful, man. Brother, I want to tell you, I know we went for a while, but this is probably one of the best conversations that I had
Wow.
with somebody on the channel, and
Wow.
I really enjoyed it, man. I one of the things I love about I loved about when I met you was that I could tell you really had a genuine heart for people,
Yeah.
and that's I don't associate with people who don't. If people tell me it's just about money, or if they only that it's only a hustle mentality and that type
Yeah.
of thing,
Yeah.
I'm really not interested. It's
Yeah.
you know, to each his own.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, hey, look, do you really want to impact people? Are you really
Mhm.
trying to make a difference? Do you really have the heart for that? And that's the people I want to spend more time with and do more things with. And so, God, I really appreciate you taking some time out of
Man.
your day to be on this channel.
Appreciate you, bro. I really appreciate it, man. And I definitely want to come back. Just let me know when, and I'm there.
Awesome, awesome. Well, guys, you got some phenomenal information today. You got an opportunity today. Sometimes people just need the tool. Remember, I said it's going to take your mindset. You got
Yeah.
some mindset stuff, your grind set, right? And that's on you. And then you got your toolkit. And we just gave you a valuable tool that you can use to improve your life financially. So I want everybody to go to the description of this video. Go ahead and get locked in with the Pamm account. Make this a part of your financial strategy to really reach the goals that you have for your life. As always, guys, you know what I say. We're going to invest wisely. We're going to invest well. We will only invest what we're willing to lose, but you know we're investing for the opportunity to win. Until the next video, guys, I hope you all have an absolutely phenomenal day, and I am out. Peace.
Peace.